What is up, guys? Welcome back to Spoiled Little Bastards. And on today's episode, you guys obviously saw the cold start on the SS. So yeah, you see the boxes too. We went with an exhaust. Had to be the second mod. It does sound good, but definitely needs a little bit more of that LS3 noise. So went with this company, this X-Force Performance exhaust. A lot of people have used them. Good reviews. So I said, you know what? Perfect. I watched a couple videos. Sounded good. So I guess it'll tell only in person, but let's get the unbox. I'm gonna unbox all this stuff. That way you guys, I don't bore you with it, and we'll lay it all out, check it out, get the car up in the air, and start installing this thing. Alright, you guys, here is the exhaust all unboxed, laid out. Here's obviously, I would call it the Catback. This section of the pipe where the exhaust goes to the cats, runs into these hot dog style resonators through the X pipe and plugged into the mufflers and the tips. These tips are awesome. These are gonna be really freaking cool. I'm glad that I went the dual tip. I think it'll make it look a little bit meaner in the rear end. So we're gonna get the car up in the air and start on this install. All right, so first things first that we did was take the nuts off of the front of the cats, take those off just to kind of loosen it up, and then we came back to get the mufflers off. What you want to do is undo these. This is like, I'll have to see what size it is because it's like a reverse. What'd you call it, Michael? Reverse what? E-torque. It's an E-torque. So you have to take those off or loosen them, and then there's two bolts up top. One is facing completely straight up, and the other is facing like towards the middle of the car. And you're gonna want to just undo those, and the muffler will fall out. So we're gonna do it on the last one just to make things a little bit easier.
It's the channel locks for those. Pull that. Oh, fudge.
Alright, you guys, so we started off by doing, I guess we'll call it like the J pipe in the front that goes to the cat. What you want to do is, because it's a little bit tight, we got the hanger hooked on, and then we were able to line it up, put the nuts on, the old nuts, and beat it on here. These are a little bit bigger than what was stock, so it's a little bit more difficult. We tried to line it up as best as possible. Something that we noticed, which is very odd, is on the SS's, their O2 sensors, one is right before the cat and the other is right after the cat, and it makes no sense because they don't give you, like, I guess you'd call it a cap or a screw or a bolt to put into this bung. So you're gonna have to kind of go get your own because I didn't get anything out of that, which is very odd. In the G8s, their O2 sensor that I guess is ours right here goes to this one. So kind of strange. We're gonna have to figure out something to do, especially because we're working on this kind of late at night. So we'll see what happens. But let's get into, I think next will be the X pipe.
What's he doing over there?
He's cleaning his shoes.
Get it real style.
What? Alright, you guys, so the J pipe is what we're calling it, is installed. Then we have the X pipe with the hot dog style resonators. Those go in. We started it from the front to the back. So we put those on. You really have to beat the, we'll call it the X pipe into the J pipes so that these hangers line up, because they were almost like 2-3 inches apart from one another. So you really have to beat it on to get it in there. And then we did the mufflers. It's easiest to, how we figured it out was to take off the bracket first, or put the bracket back on, and then you could slide the two hangers into it and then bolt these up. So now we're gonna put the tips on and pretty much cinch everything down, get super tight. I am going to make another suggestion, or the same suggestion, just twice so you don't forget it. You do need to get the O2 sensor bung plug if you're having the SS, because right now we don't have them, and we can't go get them because it's like 11 o'clock. So we're kind of screwed, but I do recommend, if you're watching this, to get those beforehand. Let's get the tips on and finish this off. Alrighty, you guys, so now we're just going over the exhaust, tightening everything. Probably the best thing to do is do the J pipe, which will connect to the cats, so that way it pulls itself in. Then you can start going around doing all the ones for the X pipe, for a mid pipe, I guess you would call it. Is that what we're gonna, can that go up? And that'll just make it, that pretty much is like the last of what you need to do. And we already did the mufflers and the tips, line the tips up, which I think we did a pretty good job. A lot of ice, so it helps out. And now we're just missing the bungs, or the bung plugs, I mean. And we're actually gonna go get those from a buddy. So hopefully we'll be able to hear this thing start up tonight. If we get those plugs in my hand, I'll have a smile on my face. But for now, we're gonna get everything dialed and then we'll get back to you here in a little bit. Alrighty, you guys, so we have it on the ground. We were able to find the bung plugs. Thanks to Logan, he knew a guy who had them, and I just said, screw it, I'll buy them, get them done so we can get this car done and hear this thing start up. Everything is tightened, all ready to rock and roll, and let's go ahead and get the first cold start with the X-Force exhaust on. Alrighty, you guys, to finish off this video, I'm going to quickly explain to you what I had to do to fix this exhaust system. This is no shot at X-Force and their manufacturing skills or how they make their parts. This is just possibly a fluke in the system. Maybe I just got one of the very lucky exhaust systems to not fit with the SS. Long story short, I'm going to try and show up as many photos here per my description, but where on the driver's side J pipe that connects to the cat, that pipe was rubbing up against the cross member mounting and holding up the trans. So that was rattling, could feel it, could hear it, bothered me completely and was just not right. Was very worried that the exhaust would mess up that cross member and or punch a hole in the exhaust, and I was not really wanting that because I'm already a pretty penny into this exhaust system. And with that being said, we had a couple ideas, tried to take out those bolts and shave the head to make it so that the exhaust wouldn't rub on it. Actually even went a little bit further and got some countersink bolts that we countersinked with a bit into that member, put them in there. They sucked in, wasn't enough. There's a photo there for you, and it just couldn't figure it out. Even shaved a little bit of that cross member off, nothing would fix it. Finally, at the end of it all, took a ballpoint hammer, put it on there, put a dent in this exhaust, and lo and behold, no more rattling, no more rubbing, nothing like that. So for now, we should be good. Do like the sound of this exhaust. It is loud on cold start. It has a lot more pops and bangs. When driving, it's kind of quiet, but it's very nice. I actually changed out the mid pipe and took out those hot dog style resonators and put in just a complete straight piped mid pipe. I wanted it just to be a little bit more louder, and I think that's really gonna call it on this video. It's been quite a long video in the making, trying to figure out how to fix this, what to do. So with that being said, I'm going to post and right now do a cold start for you guys and some baby revs, maybe some higher revs, just so you guys can hear it with what it sounds like without the resonators on there. I genuinely like it a lot. Don't think I'm touching the exhaust anymore. And stay tuned for more videos. We've got some more content coming up with this car. Lots of stuff going to be going on with it. I'm genuinely enjoying this car more and more each day, driving it more and more each day. I like driving it more than the Camaro and the truck at the moment. So I'll leave it at that. And make sure you guys leave a like, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned. And now that I'm talking about it, make sure you guys comment down below and let me know what you guys think of this exhaust system, if you guys like from what it sounds like. And peace out, y'all.